I'm very proud of Prime Minister Trudeau in that he didn't get into any kind of a shouting match. He stayed cool, calm and collective. He outlined in the communique what happened at the G7 and he made it very clear. Canada will not be pushed around and I think you'll find a lot of support in this place for that kind of a position and across the country. So I think our position is firm. And you know, it would be really nice if the President of the United States, who likes to talk about fake news, would actually outline some real facts on the trading relationship.
So I can stand here as a Conservative MP and say, you know, I oppose the government on this thing, but I think that does a disservice to every single one of those families who are going to be impacted by this. And so I stand as a Canadian first and foremost before I stand as a Conservative MP.
And he says autos are next. Trump says autos are next.
Well, that's what he says, and clearly what he says we should be concerned about because he's shown a attitude of following through on some of his threats. I think that would be an incredible mistake on the part of the President. Listen, you know, we have had a trading relationship for 100 years. There's been trade disputes in the past, but nothing to this level. And what the President of the United States needs to understand is that the impacts of these types of trade disputes affect Americans as much as it affects Canadians.
We have no argument with what the Prime Minister said at his news conference at the end of the G7. I think the logic and the message that he sent was absolutely the right tone. We have been critical of as I said, with regards to the strong message that was sent that steel and aluminum tariffs were going to be imposed, that there was no preparation, there was no accommodation made in the budget in anticipation. You know, we continue to oppose the Liberals, but we support the Government of Canada in its principled stand for a fair outcome of the trade negotiations.